Let me show you the surprising way that I discovered my own definition for success and how it's kept me motivated all these years. Hey, it's Terri Savelle Foy, your cheerleader of dreams. I pray that as you invest in yourself today, you're captivated and you're catapulted to live your dreams. In fact, today I want to teach you the surprising way I stay motivated. You know, they say the two greatest days in a person's life are the day you were born and the day you discover why. Well, success is defined many different ways, and it's unique to each person. You know, the secret to self-motivation begins with finding your definition. In other words, your why. See, it'll be the fuel to get you up in the morning and the drive that keeps you awake at night. You must have a reason to succeed. Why is it so important to you? Or what will you lose if you don't keep going? Well, I want to help you answer these questions in a way that ignites your desire to become disciplined and self-motivated. Let me show you the surprising way that I discovered my own definition for success and how it's kept me motivated all these years. It's really different, very kind of strange and awkward, but this very unusual act impacted my life for more than 3 decades, and it's helped me pinpoint my definition of success. Now, when I was in high school, my best friend Teresa and I, we were cheerleaders, and homecoming week at Crowley High School was like the biggest week of the year. Well, they actually called it Paint the Town Night. The Thursday night before the football game, everybody's out literally painting the town. Well, the cheerleaders, we had to go to the football players' house and decorate their bedrooms. We had to meet with their parents while they're at practice, decorate their bedrooms, make it all homecoming festive. Well, one night, my best friend Teresa and I, that night, we're out decorating the rooms and kids are out painting the town. We pulled into Sonic, the drive-through, whatever you call it. We pulled in, and right next to us was this truck full of some of our high school friends. So we're all hanging out, saying hi, and in the truck was a guy named Paul, who was a good friend of ours. Precious guy. Well, anyway, we all said bye, see you later, and we took off. Well, Teresa took me home, then she went home, and a little bit later, all of a sudden my phone rings, and it's Teresa. And I'm like, what's going on? She said, Terri, and she just sounded like, fear-stricken. And she said, I don't know if this is true, but she said, someone just called me and said that Paul fell out of a truck right after we left him, that he fell out of the truck right in front of our high school. And she said, I don't know if this is true, but they're saying another truck ran him over. A helicopter came to get him, care flight, and she said, they're saying he didn't make it. And I'm going, there's no way. We just saw him at Sonic. There is no way that happened. Well, sure enough, the very next day we get to school, it's homecoming day, and we find out that our precious friend Paul lost his life the night before in just a tragic accident. And I'm telling you, here we are in our cheerleading uniforms. We got the big mums on. It's the big school spirit day, and there is no life at Crowley High School. The atmosphere was completely numb. Everyone was just kind of in a daze. We're just in shock. Well, we were all speechless at this sudden accidental death less than 12 hours prior. Well, I went to my first class, English, with Miss Sawyer, and as we sat there just in a daze, nobody talking, I'll never forget what she said. She said, class, I want you to get out a sheet of paper and write your full name at the top. So I wrote Terri Lynn Savelle. Then she said, underneath your name, I want you to write your birth date on the left side and last night's date on the right side. So we're all kind of looking around each other. I wrote September 30th. I know you want to know the year. So I said 1969. And then I wrote October 1985. We're all just kind of going, what is happening? We obeyed the instructions, but it felt strange. Then she gave this chilling directive. She said, I want each of you to write your very own obituary. What? I mean, a bunch of healthy 17-year-olds looking around at each other, completely confused and a little creeped out by this morbid assignment. Then she said this, what would people say about you at your funeral? She said, give it some thought. What would your parents say about you? How would your siblings describe you? How would your closest friends describe your personality? How'd you spend your time? What were you known for? Were you friendly, rude, self-centered, giving, forgiving? Who did you help? What would your pastor say about you? And she just kept going. Well, after she got our minds thinking about all these compelling questions in a way we'd never done before, she said, if we were to attend your funeral 3 days from now, what would people say about you? Then she changed her directive. She said, class, before you start writing, I don't want you to write what you've done up to this time in your life. I don't want you to write how friends and family would currently describe you. She said, I want you to write what you would like to be said about you at your funeral someday. Then she said, start writing. This assignment was more than thought-provoking. It was life-changing, destiny-pointing, and discipline-provoking. As we completed our assignment that day, Miss Sawyer, I'll never forget this, she stood at the door and she collected the obituaries. Then she made this statement. She said, students, you have not written your obituaries. You've just written your dreams. Now go live them. Wow, what a profound and life-altering assignment. And you know what? It's not for high school students alone. It's for you. It's for anyone and everyone who wants to live a life designed to succeed on purpose. It's for anyone who longs to make the years matter and the days count. It's for you today to trigger self-motivation like nothing else. When you come to the end of your life and you look back, what do you want people to say about you? How would they describe you? What would they say you did during your time on earth? Did you make a difference in anyone's life? Were you focused on making an impact? Did you do all the things you said you would do? Did you live a full life? Did you have a vision before you? Did you truly value each day? Or did you live a life of regret, visionless, just going through the motions without much thought about your purpose? Did you waste days watching TV, gossiping, just scrolling through social media for countless hours, pushing the snooze button and letting opportunities pass you by? 20 years after that assignment, I revised my obituary. I don't even remember what I wrote in 1985, but I began writing exactly how I wanted to be remembered. As a wife, a mother, a daughter, a friend, a world changer. I wrote the biggest, crazy, out of the realm of possibility paragraphs that literally made me go, how in the world could you do this? Or who do you think you are? But you know what? I didn't let that stop me from dreaming. I let my imagination soar. But something remarkable happened. It caused a flame in me to ignite and come alive like no other exercise I've ever done before. It was a completely different mental challenge than just writing down my goals for the year of, paying off debts and losing 5 pounds. See, when you imagine coming to the end of your life and your closest family and friends are describing how you lived it, hopefully they're going to say more than you finally paid off that student loan. No, it's going to awaken dreams in you that you never thought possible. What you're doing, in essence, is defining success for you. As creepy as it sounds, you're writing what you want printed in black and white on the pages of your local or global newspaper for all the world to read. Why not write something that inspires others and inspires you to get up off the couch, make a difference with your life, and truly live your definition of success? So, it's your turn. Write as big as you can, dream as far as you can, imagine as broad as you can. You are setting the course for your destiny with every single word. So, in essence, all I'm saying today is go write your dream obituary and then live it before you die. That's the surprising way I stay motivated. So, I know it's a little odd, but did you know this happens to be one of the top 7 habits of highly effective people by Stephen Covey? Isn't that crazy? So I hope you enjoyed that today, and I'm telling you, if you'll take the time to do it, it will set the course of your life. So, our YouTube subscriber of the week is Jeff Santiago. It just sounds so fancy. Jeff, thank you for watching. This is what he writes. First and foremost, thank you, Terry, for your obedience to follow God's voice and direction for your life. You definitely have a positive impact on my life. And then he shares, my top goals I am believing God to achieve are buy a debt-free home by 2019. I love that. Increase my salary to $150,000. Take my family on vacation to Hawaii. I love it. Pay off all my debt. And that my spouse will live in a greater relationship with God on a daily basis. These are awesome, Jeff. Clarity is one of the single most important keys to success, and you are crystal clear on your goals. So I'm believing with you. And I want to thank you for taking the time to write me. Let me just tell you real quick. I shared the big way I stay motivated, but I changed my routine and it changed my whole life. And I know the same will happen for you. When I go around and speak on this message, the number one question I get asked is, Terry, what does your daily routine look like? Well, if you're curious about what my everyday looks like, I wrote out my morning routine. I'm talking minute by minute, and I want you to have my routine so you can pull the bits and pieces that might work for your life and then make it your own routine. So all you got to do is click the link in the description to get a schedule of my personal morning routine. And remember, for more consistent motivation, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. You can find the handles below, or click that little red subscribe button for weekly videos to keep you encouraged. And remember, I'm cheering you on to live your dreams. The next conference is a premier success training conference based on God's Word to help leaders grow. Join us January 25th and 26th on the lake in Rockwall, Texas for 2 days of insight that will take your business, personal life, and ministry to the next level. You'll hear from my special guest, Chris Brown, who has 20 years of leadership experience and worked alongside Dave Ramsey at Dave Ramsey Solutions as a nationally syndicated radio host. I'll also be interviewing Gigi Butler of Gigi's Cupcakes, the largest cupcake franchise in the world. If you're ready to go to the next level, this is a weekend vital to your growth. Seats are limited and will sell out, so head over to terri.com/next to register today so you can connect with influencers, elevate your thinking, and go to the next level in 2019.